What is up, people? It's Tocen here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make professional quality thumbnails just like all of the top YouTubers. In today's video, we're going to be making the #1 YouTuber, PewDiePie. Now, what I hope you get out of this is just a bunch of different techniques that you can use in Photoshop for your own thumbnails. And if you like the way I'm doing this, definitely support this video with a like. Really appreciate your feedback because, you know, that's the lifeblood of making something better is comments. So, let's get started. To start off, we are going to have Photoshop open and click File, New, and these settings are important, kind of, not really. The only important thing is that it's 1280 by 720. That's the maximum thumbnail size that YouTube allows you to have. So we are going to create a 1280 by 720 pixel picture. Okay, so we got a blank canvas. I'm gonna pull up the PewDiePie pic just so we have a reference. Okay, so it looks like to start off, he's got like a freaking face picture. So I'm gonna take a picture of. I should have freaking taken pictures before I started. Picture time. Okay, now that the picture taking montage is over, we can finally get started on this thumbnail. We got our blank canvas. File and place is what we want to do next. We are going to do a place an embedded image. So I'm going to get a picture of the thumbnail that I have taken, or the picture that I've taken that is very similar to our reference photo of me crying and sobbing in a corner. How awesome is that? Okay, so the way this is, PewDiePie has cropped himself out. So there are a couple of different ways to do crops, and in this video, or in this thumbnail specifically, I'm going to show you the very basic one that a lot of people do. So we are going to zoom in on ourselves, and we don't need to worry about much because, yeah. Actually, I'm going to resize this so I don't have to do more work for myself. And I'm going to resize it just like PewDiePie did, where he is up in the corner here. Okay. Leaving a lot of space for that huge deleted sign. Okay. Need to be bigger. Okay. I like how that looks. You can get me being a crying bitch in the corner. Okay, cool. Now for the croppings. What we are going to do is click on the layer mask button. So you want to click your layer picture, and then down here next to the effects button, you're going to add a layer mask. Now, we are going to do a polygon lasso. So go up here into this box, right click on polygon lasso tool, and we are going to use this and zoom in, and we are just going to click little tiny anchors around ourselves, and I screwed that up. Okay, little tiny anchors around ourselves at every corner, every turn, every nook and cranny. And this does not need to be perfect at all, and you are going to see why. We don't have to round out ourselves because this is the future, and that is peasant work. Okay, that is all I need to get, and I'm just going to close it off around here, do a loop like that. Then I am going to do a right click. I'm going to select the inverse. Now we want to paint over the back with black. So switch over with this tool, grab a paint bucket, and just click into that. Now you can see that it has cropped us out swimmingly. The way I do this in a layer mask, a lot of people might not add the layer mask at all, because if you do a layer mask, then you can do cool stuff like this, to where I can switch back to white and I can draw in parts that I didn't. Oh, well, I screwed that up. Yeah, I can draw in the background, and I can make small minor changes, and I can delete even more if I wanted to easily, and I can undo it easily. That's why I do it on a layer mask. So we got ourselves cropped. Really trying to start with the basics here because I know everybody's not professionals, neither am I, but we're working there. So we have a cropped layer. Let's start with the background next. It looks like it's just a yellow gradient, yellow radial gradient. So we want to make a new layer and move this down below our picture. And we want two colors here. We want a nice solid yellow, and the second color we want a nice light yellow, like such. You guys didn't see any of that at all. Okay, because it was in a different window. Okay, we got the solid yellow, and then we have the lighter yellow. Okay, now go back to your bucket tool, right click and go to gradient. And there is a radial gradient button up here. Shut up, Gray! Now we have our radial gradient selected up here, and we just want to drag from the center to about meow. Okay, I screwed up the colors. Let's click the reverse button, and let's just drag from the center again until meow. There we go. That is very, very close to the way the Pewds has it. I'm just gonna make the gradient fade out even farther than what it was before. Awesome. Okay, looks like he also did a little bit of cropping up in the corner. I'm not gonna worry about that. So we're going to do the strokes around my picture. The way he's got it, it's like a yellow kind of stroke with a deep shadow behind it. Let us right click the picture of ourselves and go to blending options. That brings up this sweet menu, and the first thing we want to do is add a stroke. Awesome. So the way he's got it, it's just a bright yellow stroke, like right now. It's pretty thick, so we change the size of the thickness. It's right about there. And then we want to click to add a drop shadow. The distance he has on his is 0, so we don't want any distance. We want a thick spread, and the size to be up. Okay. There is our Pewds shadow outline. We might want to make it a little bit darker. Totally, that's spot on. Okay, now you see this stroke around the rest of the screen. That is just a result of the actual picture not being legitly cropped out, and that is easily fixed by doing such, where we click on our layer mask, click on the black, and go to our brush tool. Set the hardness to 100% because we don't want anything seeping out, and we just want to draw over where we don't want that stroke to be. So, like that. Now we're going to finish up what's going on over here with the crop. Double click our layer mask layer icon. Now, this is a very important, very cool tool. Click on mask edge. And this is how you get a quick, cool, smooth. So just change the edge to smoothen it out. And you can see the stroke smooths out as well. We do want to shift the edge in a bit so we can crop out a little bit more of that background, but not too much. We don't want it fading into where they're here. I want a little bit less smooth. I want a little bit more jaggy. All right, so I'm gonna apply that settings. Okay, we have our outline with the Pewds in the background. Now what's left is the words and the pictures. So obviously it looks like you just use the basic PNGs of a YouTube logo, an X, and put the word deleted over there. So we are going to search the great interwebs on the Googles for YouTube PNG. You always want to add the word PNG because that adds a transparent background, so when you drag and drop it into Photoshop, it's not going to be We don't have to crop it. It's already transparent. Works swimmingly. So this is an awesome YouTube logo. As you can see with the checkerboard in the background, you know that it's transparent. So we can right click this image and save it. And instead of doing the file place thing, I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to bring in this window and I'm going to drag and drop the YouTube icon. Cool. And then we just want to put it into place. I hold shift before I start scaling so it scales the right way. We could do our rotations. You just got this fitted in here swimmingly. Space for the deleted, and then we can click OK. That looks great. Didn't really do anything else to it, so we're not going to do anything else to it. I do want to scale it in just a bit more. Okay, so that's our deleted sign. Then he also got this X, and I doubt he made it himself. So let's look up an X, red X PNG. Let's see what we get. Obviously, some awesome looking red X's. We could probably find the exact one that he used here, if not a similar one. Schwam. Cool. So he's got this one kind of spread out like such. Man, it still seems too thick. Okay, we're gonna take out the stroke. So there is our skinnier X. It's not shredded though. It's not shredded! Oh, I don't like it. I'm not liking this one bit. Okay, this one seems cool. We're gonna use this X right here. So I'm gonna go and save the image back to the Pewds folder. And it's got a transparent background and it's GIF, and that's all right. So we go back to our Photoshops and we drag in our X. It's gonna look sweet. Okay, it's not as sweet as I wanted it to look. Ah, sweet. Damn you, PewDiePie. Damn you. Well, there's one thing we can do. I wonder. Okay, so for a red X, what we want to do is, if we can't find any cool ones on the interwebs, we can make it really easily for ourselves. So I've created a new layer for the red X, and we will go to our brush tool. Now go up here to the whatnots, and we can choose any one of these random looking ones. So I've chosen this 44. And what we can do is we can just drag across like such. And we see that we have a cool-ish X. Very easy, very simple. Didn't take much at all. So he has a red X in his thumbnail. So I am going to change my colors to red as well. I was just doing the black so you guys could see what it looked like specifically, and then he drags it over yonder across here. Oh yeah, a little bit more of an angle. Yeah, I don't like that angle. I don't like that angle. I don't like that angle. Okay, that one's fine. Okay, drags it across. No, I don't like that angle. Okay, we're gonna drag it across here. There we go. Okay, no, I don't like the length of that. Okay, we're gonna drag it across here. Sweet. That looks terrific. Now we're gonna drag it across from the top over here on this corner down to the shoulder. Cool, we have an X. Okay, now what we can do is add that shadow that he's got in there. So right click your X layer, go to blending options, do a drop shadow. You can change the size and spread accordingly. So bring the opacity up right There, that looks fantastarino. Sweet Jesus. Look at that X. That is schmexy. That is an X. That's an X. Yeah, that's an X. Okay. So now we have our X with our face and the crop and the YouTube. Now all we have to do is finally add the text layer. So we're going to go and click on the text button. Now, all we have to do is drag across like such. Type the word deleted in caps. I need to drag across these and change the text color to white. Sweet. What font is he using? It kind of looks like Impact. So I'm gonna go try out the Impact. And it totally is Impact font. Exactly. Sweet Jesus. Okay, now we can just change up the size of the font by clicking up the font button up here and using our up arrow to scale it as we see fit. I forgot the exclamation mark. Okay, cool. So scaling. Just got it across over yonder. Yeah, basically the entire form. Okay, that looks good. Now he has a stroke on there that's black, also with a shadow, so go back to blending options. Get very freaking used to this if you are going to be doing thumbnails. Add a stroke. Make it black. Cool. And we don't want it on the inside, we want it on the outside. Cool. It's very thin strokes, we changed on the size. Right about meow? Yeah, right about meow. Right about meow, cool. Drop shadow, add that. Bring up the size a bit. Bring up that size. There we go. I think we've got this in the bag already. So we're gonna drag that down, replace our font wherever we see fit. And this, my friends, this, my dudes, is PewDiePie's thumbnail to the T. YouTube logo in the background deleted with the X. Me crying like a bitch. Everything, every element we needed is now in this thumbnail, and it didn't take that long. So that is it for this video. If you guys liked it, if it helped you out at all, please give a like down below. I need those likes to survive. And if you want to see more of this series, or want to make a suggestion on whose thumbnails I should try to create next so you can see their techniques to apply them to your own, comments are very important. So with that said, I think we're done here. And until next time, peace out, peoples.